Today is Tuesday, March 31st. I'm Principal Gilmore from Ridgely School. Welcome to Morning Meeting. Two important general announcements. We sure appreciate everybody who's coming and picking up the grab-and-go breakfasts and lunch. Our numbers are still very good, and we're hoping that we can start today to have a volunteer come every day to Madison Park Place, and they will be arriving between about 9:15 to 9:30 to be there to deliver meals for our Ridgely families in that area. And we hope to do that the rest of this week, take a break for spring break, and then come back and continue with that after spring break if we don't return to school. We want to make sure everybody is well fed, and we also have groceries available at the school from some very generous donations, so those are always out and available during our grab-and-go window of time. Now, technology rollout. Lots of exciting things happening here. Our technology rollout for Ridgely School is Wednesday afternoon from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Parents, if you could pull in the driveway, just like you see the buses do at dismissal. Well, we're going to have one long line. We're going to have at least 3 stations, and so we'll direct you to one of those 3 stations. If you have your photo ID ready to go and also a pen ready to go, then we will come out, identify you. It'll probably be me or another Ridgely staff member who knows most of the families, and then we will bring you your child's device, a power cord, and 2 loan agreements. The second loan agreement you can take home with you. The first loan agreement, please sign. I'll hand you a basket. You'll put that in the basket, and we'll process those papers later. So that way hardly anybody is touching anything, and we think that's a really good system. We are going to hopefully process a lot of families during that window of time. The phone's been very busy today, and I'm very excited about that. So just please be ready to go. If you've read the agreement in advance so that we don't have to have you read it there and it's online, then that should make our line go very quickly, and we should be able to get you in and out as fast as possible. See you tomorrow. Well, today is National Crayon Day, and I know that you've all seen a box of crayons or had a box of crayons and colored with them, and as you know, we also have markers now and pencils and all sorts of different ways to use our colored markers and pens and crayons. But did you know that the original box of Crayola crayons sold for 5 cents and only contained 8 colors? Do you know what the original 8 colors were? They were blue, yellow, green, red, purple, orange, black, and brown. Did you get those colors correct? Well, in honor of National Crayon Day, why don't you take those 8 original colors and draw a picture today just using those colors? Well, if you remember yesterday's video, we've been learning more about the 2020 census. So here's another video to share more information about the 2020 census. Take a look.
Ever since I was little, I've known it's important to count the right number. Like the number of scoops I got in my ice cream cone. Hey, I asked for 5. Or the number of coins in my piggy bank. I remember this one time in class. Our teacher, Mr. Noor, came in with a surprise for us. It was his birthday, so he brought cupcakes for everyone. But there was a problem. He had 15 cupcakes, and there were 20 of us in class. Mr. Noor should have counted more carefully when he was taking attendance. Counting is also really important for the U.S. Census Bureau. In the spring of 2020, it will count every person who lives in the United States. They call this count the 2020 census. It's just like when your teacher takes attendance in class, except it's for the whole country. For the 2020 census, the Census Bureau needs every person to tell the country they are here, in every home, in every neighborhood, in every state, on every U.S. island territory. Everywhere! Tell the adults in your home to make sure they count everyone who lives with you. That includes grandparents, uncles and aunts, cousins, even people who aren't related to you who live with you. Make sure they count every kid, even babies who are 1 day old. Make sure they count you too, but not the cat. It's really important to count everyone. Why? Because the correct count for the 2020 census helps the government figure out what your community needs. That can mean more schools, teachers, classroom computers, or after-school activities and programs. It can also mean more help for things like parks and playgrounds, housing, roads, hospitals, and so much more. The 2020 census starts in the spring, and April 1st is Census Day. Ask a grown-up in your home to circle April 1st on the calendar as a reminder to complete the census. Help us make sure we get the right count. Then we can all celebrate! Tell all of the adults in your home to make sure you're counted in the 2020 census. Learn more at 2020census.gov.
Mrs. Gilmore is here to read a story to you, or sing a story to you, titled, I Ain't Gonna Paint.
Today's book is I Ain't Gonna Paint No More, written by Karen Beaumont and illustrated by David Catrow. Hi guys, it's Mrs. Gilmore, and I'm here to read a book to you today. Actually, it's more than just a book. It's 3 of my favorite things in one. It's a book. I love books, love to read, number 1. Number 2, it's about art, specifically painting, and I love art. And this is a book that you can also sing along to. So it's music, a book, art, and music. What could be better? One day my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor, and the ceiling, and the walls, and the curtains, and the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before. Ya ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. So I take some red and I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh, what the heck? Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I just can't rest till I paint my chest. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Then I see some black, so I paint my back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my leg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I can't complete.
Stop.
Still I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut. I'm gonna paint my... What? Y'all don't faint, 'cause there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more.
Mrs. Hayes, our math facilitator, always makes learning math fun and exciting, and she's back today to share more with you.
Hi Richley families, it's Mrs. Hayes, and I just wanted to share with you a fun math activity that you can use to practice your facts. It's one that doesn't take any technology and really doesn't require a whole lot of materials. I use a deck of Uno cards to do this because I use the 4 colors, but if you don't have Uno cards, you could use a regular deck of cards and use the 4 suits instead of the 4 colors. So the way it works is you want to shuffle up your deck, but first take out any of the special cards so that all you're left with are single-digit numbers. And then you're going to turn over 12 cards. So I'm just going to make 3 rows of 4 here. And then my goal is to try to use up as many of these cards as possible by making correct addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division facts. But here's the twist. You have to use 3 different colors in each fact. You can't use the same color more than once. So as I'm scanning through here, because you never know what you're going to get when you turn them over, I see red 3 plus a green 1 equals blue 4. So there's a fact that I can make. How about green 5 plus a red 3 equals 8. Gets trickier when you get down to fewer of them left. But how about we say 7 minus 1 equals 6. So I've used up 9 of my cards, and I think that's all I'm going to be able to do this time. These 3 are just going to be left over. So I scored 9 points on this round. Gather them up, shuffle them up. You can keep doing it over and over again. It's a great way to practice your facts. I hope everybody is doing well. We miss you a lot and hope to see you soon.
Are you hungry? My nieces, the Levine girls, who live in North Carolina, are back to share another recipe with you titled Banana Sushi. Take a look.
Let's make banana sushi. First, wash your hands. Let's get started. There are many different variations of banana sushi, but for each one you will need tortillas, a cutting board, a dough knife, and bananas. Then you may choose whatever filling you like. For example, cookie butter, almond butter, Nutella, and peanut butter. Be creative. We will be making a peanut butter and peanut butter chocolate sushi rolls. First, spread your filling on 1/2 of the tortilla. Next, peel the banana. Yum! Next, rip the banana in half. Next, place the banana on the tortilla. Tip: if the banana is too long for the tortilla, remove the excess banana. Next, roll up the tortilla. Don't worry if it tears. To seal, use filling as glue. Next, cut off the extra tortilla. Now, cut it all up. Voila! Here are the finished banana sushi rolls.
Thank you, Mrs. Hayes, and thank you, Allison Ellie. Looks like I have some new math that I can be working on, and also a new recipe I'm going to be working on. Well, thinking about tomorrow, have you been wondering about the eggs in Miss Barnard's room and how they're doing in the incubator? Well, are they still eggs, or have they started hatching into chicks? We're going to wait until tomorrow to tell you the answer to that. But I will give you just one little sneak peek about what I saw today. And today's Good Citizen winner is
Mariah W. Congratulations.
We close today with Bulldog Strong. A reminder, Bulldog Strong is an invitation to all of you to send me your video messages from your family that we can share with the rest of the Ridgely family. And that's what we really are at Ridgely, a family. And when families work together, they can promote strength and unity. And that's what we want to do with Bulldog Strong. Today, we feature the Carter family, who will be singing their message of strength to you.
Good morning, Ridgely families. This is the Carter family. We just have a song that we're going to sing for you this morning. Hopefully it'll uplift some spirits. So here we are. When I'm at school or when I'm at home, when I'm with friends or maybe just on my own, when I am sitting for a moment or two, there is no better time to think about you. There is no better time to think about you.
La da 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 da, la da da da.
When I am sick or feeling okay, when I wake up or at the end of the day, when I'm busy, 'cause there's so much to do, there is no better time to think about you. There is no better time to think about you. We miss our friends and our teachers too. We would love to hang out with you soon, right here and now. So sad but true. Just know in your hearts the Carters love you. Just know in your hearts the Carters love you.